Hello you guys, my name is Jessica and welcome to my September book haul. Now you're probably wondering why I have a British accent, and I was sort of dared by my friend Grace from Parchment Books and my friend Annika, because we have a book club together on the Books Amino app. So if you haven't checked that out, I'd go check it out. But we have a book club together, and I was telling them the story about British accents, and so I suggested that I might make a video with an accent, and they told me to do it. So here I am today. I hope, Grace, that you enjoy my accent. I hope that it's not too bad. But I have a lot of books today. I just expect this video to be very long because I have a lot of books, and so I'm going to show them to you guys. Now these first two books I got, they're actually books that I obtained in the month of August, but I had already filmed my book haul, so I have just held on to them, and I haven't told you guys about them yet, but I'm going to now. And it's An Ember in the Ashes and A Torch Against the Night, and these are by Sabaa Tahir, and I'm very excited to read these books. I've heard very good things about them. I know they're fantasy with bits of ancient Roman aspects to them, and I'm very excited to dive into these, and they're both hardcovers, and I got them for $11 each at Costco. So if you ever want to get a book that just came out, and you can probably get them at Costco for $11 hardcover when they're normally about 20. So yeah, there's those two. The next book I have is Unearthly by Cynthia Han, and I got this at the thrift store. I'm not a huge fan of fallen angels or any books with angel concepts. It's not something I'm really interested in, but I've heard good things about Unearthly, and I've been I might want to read it and I might not, but I'm going to try it anyway. And I know there's a love triangle, and that's kind of the whole plot, is the love triangle, but I'm excited to see what this book's about and to see if I like it or not, to give myself a firm stance on angels. Yes. Next I have Uprooted, and this is by Naomi Novik. I was actually going to buy this book a couple of years ago at full price, which is actually $25. I found it at the thrift store the same day I found Unearthly, and I just thought that it was meant to be that I get this book and that I had waited. And so now I have it, and it's a fantasy book where I believe this wizard picks a girl from a village to be like his apprentice or to be his servant, and everyone expects it to be the main character's best friend, but of course it's the main character. That kind of trope thing. So yes. Next I have Daughter of Deep Silence, and this is by Kerry Ryan. I am very excited to read this book because I have not read a lot of like high society revenge books. I have one book. It's Burn for Burn, and it's by Jenny Han and another author. I don't know who the other author is. I'll put it down here. But Daughter of Deep Silence, I like the concept of this book. All I know about this book is that there was kind of this crash on this boat, and the main character's best friend dies, and the main character ends up pretending to be her best friend who died, and her best friend's father helps her out becoming that person, and she tries to get revenge for the people who caused the crash, the boat crash. I don't really know much about it, but I like the cover. It's actually just, it's hair. If you see, that's actually hair, but I'm very excited to see what happens. So yes. Next I have two books. One of them I will be buddy reading, and the other I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'll have to talk to Grace, who I'm buddy reading this with, and it's Shatter Me and Unravel Me, and this is by Tahar Moffi. Gina from Pages Through Our Lens, we're reading this because of you, because you not talk about it a lot, but you mention it all the time. And again, this is one of those books where I was kind of indecisive about whether I wanted to read it or not. I was hearing good things about it, and then I was also hearing bad things about it. So we're gonna say I'm glad you're reading this after I finish ACOTAR by Sarah J Maas, which I'm reading now, and I'm actually very much enjoying. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Shatter Me and Unravel Me. And I am excited to see. I'm excited to see what the story's about. I know the basis of it, which almost everyone does. Next, I have a classic, and that is The Picture of Dorian Gray, and this is by Oscar Wilde. I kind of want to do an idea where I just read a month of classics. I feel like I haul a lot of classics. I have a lot of classics, but I have yet to read them. They're just kind of sitting on my TBR shelf, and I really want to get to them, but I'm not really in the mood for classics all the time. I really want to read books, more classics. I have not read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I really want to read this book. I have a lot of other classics, as you know, so expect to see a month of classics sometime in the future where I do that. Next, I have Just One Year by Gail Forman. Not only do I have Just One Year, but I also have Just One Day by Gail Forman. But Jessica, don't you already have this book? Yes, I do. I do, but this book was free and it's in better condition than the copy I have. So I'm just going to get rid of the copy I have and replace it with this one. And also this one was free as well. There was a fair. There was a fair where I live recently, and the library had a booth where where you answered a question that was book related, then you could pick how many ever books you wanted, and they were free. So my friends and I, we went to town on those, and so I guess now I have to read Just One Year by Gail Forman because I know I have it. And I feel like I'm going to like this book a little bit more because it's from Wellham's point of view, and I like him a lot more than I liked Alison's from Just One Day. So we'll see how that goes. When I'm ever in the contemporary move, I'll pick that one up. Next, I have a book that my sister has, but it was free at the booth at the fair, so I got it. And it's Waterfall, and it's by Lisa T. Bregan, I think is how you pronounce the last name. But it's about time travel. And I have read the Ruby Red trilogy by Kirsten Gier, and I really enjoy the time travel aspect of it, and I can't believe I haven't read more time travel books because I like them a lot. So here's another one, Waterfall, and I'm going to read it. And more time travel. It's going to be fun. Yay. Next, I have a book I can't believe I even bought. I didn't even buy it. I didn't even buy it. I got it free at the fair. And that is The Heir by Kiera Cass. I have read the Selection trilogy, and for some reason she decided to continue on with it. I thought that was not a very good idea. I've heard not so many great things about the continuation of the trilogy. So I'm going to see what I think. I didn't want to actually spend my money on this book and on the rest of the books, but I mean, it was free, so, you know, what the heck. Next, I have never read an Agatha Christie book, and so I was a little determined to find some Agatha Christie's, and I went to the thrift store, and and then there were none, and The Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, the Queen of Mystery. We're going to see how these are. I'm excited to read these. These are going to be in my month of classics. If I decide to do that, I'm pretty sure I've already decided to do it. I just haven't decided when. So when I decide to do my month of classics, they look pretty easy to read. Just like font wise. Normal, like old books, I always have to look at the font and whether or not I can actually get through it. But I'm excited to read these. My first ever Agatha Christie. And I've heard these are like the best too, so yay. Next, I have two books that I bought at a store where everything is $1. So these two books were $1, and it's Lark Rising, and this is by Cinda Wall. I think that's how you pronounce it. But again, another Lark. I had Skylark, but now I have Lark Rising. And you know, last time I got a book at a Dollar Tree, it wasn't that bad. So we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how this is. So I'm excited to read these. It's a fantasy, of course. I'm liking the colours. And it was $1. $1. Oh my goodness. Next, I have Quintessence, and this is by David Walton. It's this kind of fantasy ship type books. That made sense. I really like books like this. I love this cover, and I really like fantasy books where it takes place on a ship and it's just like an amazing adventure on a ship and going around. I really like this book. I don't even think I've read any books like that, but I like them. I like the concept of them. So yes. Last but certainly not least would be Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. Now, here's another question for you guys. Have I read Queen of Shadows yet? No, I have not. I don't even own Queen of Shadows, and here I am with Empire of Storms. Now, I was going to try and find both Queen of Shadows and Empire of Storms at Costco, the same kind of situation I did with An Ember in the Ashes, but I didn't find them when I went to Costco a couple of days after it came out, because apparently they didn't update their book section. But I got it at Target, if you couldn't tell. But the only reason I got it at Target was because there's a never before seen story inside, and also there's this. So I obviously had to get it because of this. It's got Selena / Aelin and Rowan in a poster inside of it. So I just had to get it. And it wasn't full price, it was 20% off, like all books at Target are. So I was very, very happy about that. But now I just need Queen of Shadows, and I look at this all the time. I look at Empire of Storms all the time, and I'm just like, I wish I could read that, but I can't because I haven't read Queen of Shadows yet. But Queen of Shadows, I will be obtaining that soon. Hopefully I have a job, so I have money to do that. And we'll see how that goes. So that was all of my books I got in the month of September, all said in a British accent. I know my British accent isn't the best, and I only have this accent because I watch a lot of Doctor Who, Sherlock, and I watch Merlin on BBC, which has ended, and that show was a really good show, and it made me sad that it ended, but you know, things happen. So those are all my books. I'm not going to even attempt to carry them because there's way too many. I don't even know where I'm going to put them all, but I will find a place. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you like this video, give it a like. If you think my British accent is bloody terrible, tell me down in the comments, and subscribe so you know when I make a new video and I do something weird, like talk in an accent. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.